Yay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Literally Dead Book Club live show. I haven't said that in so many months.
It's been a minute.
Okay. I wanted to just quickly say hello to everybody and tell you this is what we read, How to Kill a Guy in 10 Dates, and tell you what we're reading next, just in case. Oh my God, thank you guys for having the book. Oh yeah, book of the month. I forgot, but it was a book of the month pick. That was such a surprise.
I was so excited about it.
Perfect, meant to be.
For the month of, what are we in, March? We're reading The Fisherman by John Langan. It's like a cosmic horror. And then I haven't technically officially announced this anywhere, but for you guys who are all here, I might as well show you. We are reading Best Offer Wins in April. And the live show co-hosts for these are going to be so much fun. And of course, I'm so excited to have everybody who joined me today. So if you guys could introduce yourselves, your name, your channel, if you want to promote anything, I don't know. But I always like to ask if you have any recent favorite like thriller or horror books that you want to share, just so we can like get to know your taste and get a quick recommendation to the people. And while you guys introduce yourselves, let me see. If you want to give me some emojis in the chat. If you read the book, find the little blood drop emoji. If you didn't, I don't know, give me an X if you DNF'd. Let's start with Gabby.
Yeah, my name is Gabby. My channel is Gabby Reads. As far as like recent stuff, I just posted a reading vlog today where like a random number generator controls how many pages I read every day for a week. So that was like a new challenge that I haven't done before. And then as far as recent favorites go, one of my recent favorites is this book called The Story Might Save Your Life. This is one that actually comes out very soon in March. And this one was perfect for me. It was like the perfect balance of like a thriller and a romance. So I thought it'd be perfect to mention it here since we read a book that was kind of like a mashup of genres. But this one, it involves a podcast. It involves these two best friends that they've like known each other for like 10 years. They're doing this comedy podcast together. And then one day she goes missing. And the guy, you're reading from his perspective and he's like trying to figure out where she went. So it's kind of like a thriller in his parts, but then in the flashbacks, you're reading from her perspective and it feels more like a romance between them. So I just love this so much. It was so entertaining and one of my favorite books I've read so far this year.
I didn't see you read that. Was that in a vlog?
Yeah, I read it in like a 2026 ARCs vlog that I did in like mid-January.
Oh, okay, because that fits for the buzzword challenge for March, and I was thinking about trying it out. And now, hello, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to do it.
I think you would enjoy it. It's fun. It's interesting.
Okay, cool.
I'm Allie. My channel, I don't even know how to say it. It's All I Do Is Read, but All I Do Is Read.
I love that you don't know because none of us know either.
I know. I made it in like a quick minute because whatever. And I read 2 horror books last month that I really love. They kind of have different vibes, but Elegy for the Undead. There's some romance in here.
Mm-hmm.
And then Victorian Psycho, which was definitely calm for me. It was hilarious. And I think they're making it into a movie. And there's pictures.
I've seen so many people absolutely love that. I didn't like it, but I totally get other people absolutely loving that. It's just like a wild kind of ride, which I think definitely fits with what we also read.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hi, I'm Noah. My channel is Noah Jasmine. I mostly do like a lot of mood reading. I'm trying to be better at doing themes to appeal to more people, and like the occasional lifestyle video. I'm just Noah Jasmine on Instagram and YouTube. And I would say I've been having like a really difficult time finding good reads. I haven't yet had a 5-star this year.
Oh, no.
I know.
Wait, you just spoiled your thoughts about this?
No, not this one. But I think I had one that came close. I had a 4.5 for Where the Sleeping Girls Lie. I really was like surprised by that because it's YA, but it didn't really feel super YA, maybe because it was like not in America, but also a boarding school. And I just thought it was like a really good mix of being mysterious, but also really witty and funny. And yeah, I just like really enjoyed the relationships between the characters.
And there was like Morse code in that one, right? It was so fun to decipher.
Oh my gosh, yes, there was, yeah.
That was fun.
I'm so easily convinced to read a book. Like, how do I just instantly was like, okay, put it on my TBR. Yep. I think I've read from that author before. She wrote Ace of Spades.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Thank you guys for your intros. What do I want to talk about? Oh, Noah is our brand new. We always like to make the newbies do our synopsis just to throw you to the wolves right away. If you want to tell us in your own words or from the book jacket, just like a brief synopsis for what we all read. For the people who are here who just like to hang out and actually hear about the book and haven't read it yet, this is a good pitch for them.
I don't want to give away too much like the synopsis did. So I would just say that Jamie, she's like a PhD student who loves rom-coms and slashers, and she's working on a dissertation on like the intersection, I guess, of the both of them. And her best friend, her wife, Lori, they go to a speed dating event. And at the speed dating event, she's talking to this guy. Suddenly the lights cut out. And when they come back on, her date has his throat slashed, and suddenly they're caught in a real life slasher film. And while trying to fucking run for their lives, survive, she has this like possible budding romance with a guy, and that's how the book plays out.
Fantastic. Everyone say good job, Noah. Thank you, Noah. I hate having to pitch the book. So I'm not even nice about it either. Every time I'm in the messages, I'm like, this person, you're going to do it. Everyone's like, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like mean at all.
I think I'm just very direct because like if I say who wants to do it, then no one's gonna do it.
Yeah. It seems very organized that you were like, okay, you know what? Everyone has a task. This is what Noah's gonna do.
Just do nose goes.
Not it, and I'm never it.
My
Head start for Lala, yeah.
I think I've done it one time, maybe.
I think you did it last time for futility because none of us wanted to do it.
I think also nobody was new in that one, so there was nobody I could volunteer.
Or yeah.
Okay, share your ratings. Before we get into spoilers, I think for the people who are still trying to decide if they want to read this book, let's give what we thought about it in like a one sentence spoiler-free way.
Okay, I go first.
Yes.
I gave this book 4 stars. I
yay.
Loved it so much. Perfect balance of slasher and rom-com. I thought the romance was way cuter than I was expecting it to be. I was kicking my feet, and yeah, I really loved it. I think it would have been a 5-star. It just felt a little bit long for me, and it was a little bit predictable. But that's mine.
Okay.
I gave I still don't know yet. I finished it last night. And I'm giving it a 3-star, I think, leaning toward 2.75. It got better for me as the book went on, but I found it really frustrating. But then I was like, I still wanna read it though. I don't know. It was just like a 3-star, like I gotta watch this train wreck through. Yeah.
Fair.
Oh, okay. Train wreck. Okay. I have a confession to make.
Are you the author?
Imagine. Wow. I have 50 pages of the book left to read.
What?
I completely overestimated like my ability to do this. And I think my annotating, because I don't usually annotate, took me like way longer than I typically would. Because I'm like annotating on the subway on my commute, and I'm like, my highlighter's like going all over the page, and I'm like, wait, I need my Post-its. So it's okay though, because I got to the part where like I know who it is.
Do you?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I like pretty early on had like really, really high hopes for this one. I'm gonna say right now it's 4.5.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, but 50 pages, could be a lot to change.
It could
that.
break
What
it.
a crazy way to come into this live show.
Literally.
Wait, so are we going to spoil the ending for you then?
Please do. Like I was like literally watching the clock count down. I was like, oh my God, 2 seconds left.
Oh no.
But it's okay because we can get into it in the spoilers. Yeah.
Okay. I do, if I see.
If you're looking at the pages, I am on page 297.
What's the
Okay.
last sentence on the page?
She did want more, I say.
Okay, so there is a reveal on that page, and
Yeah.
that is correct. For the
Okay.
ending.
Okay.
Okay. Wow, that's so crazy. You should.
Like, I thought that I had more time to do this. clearly I didn't.
Oh my God.
but-
I would have totally like put off the live show for like
No,
an hour if you
no.
wanted to.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I did this to
Okay.
myself.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad
Okay.
you liked it.
Yeah, me too. I technically upon finishing it gave it a 3.75, but as I was writing down my notes and what I wanted to say, and I realized I was going to go into this live show and talk myself into a 4. So right now it's a 3.75. I think 20 minutes from now it's going to be a 4. I guess my sentence is like, I loved the fun, danger, and horniness of this, but I needed it to go a little bit further with like the craziness for me to give this a 5.
Okay.
We're gonna get into spoilers now, so everybody get ready. One thing I want to say, I think the ratings here are higher than I expected because in the Fable group, the people are hating.
Oh no!
Like
Really?
so many of the reviews that were coming in, especially the first ones, were all 2 stars. They were like, "What the hell? Like, I don't know what I just read. I hated every minute of this."
Wow.
I know.
I was
Okay.
cracking up though. You got some funny people in there.
It's a fun time. So interesting that like I saw a lot of 4s. I think the most common is probably a 3. So I don't think this was like the biggest win for the book club as a whole. But I guess my first question is going to be, could you relate to Jamie as a main character? I guess I also want to know, like, did you like following her? Like, any of your thoughts on her? Could you relate to her? And would you have made similar decisions? Is my first question.
I loved Jamie, and I think she was a huge part of the reason why I love this so much because I'm such a cinephile myself, and I felt so like every single beat she was hitting with, and especially because I'm a huge lover of horror and romance, like those are my genres, you know. So like I felt very seen by her in the way that she would just like immediately bring up any like movie trivia or like any kind of movie thing ever. I was like, that is literally me. So I love Jamie. I thought she was great.
I love that you brought that up because I do think that I understand the perspective. And I'm sure even I said something like this like 5 years ago that was, I don't like books that have too many pop culture references. And I've completely changed my tune about that. I don't think that books need to be timeless. I don't think everything needs to be like a classic. And I think that things can exist in their time and give me all the pop culture references. Like when a character is so obsessed with something that they constantly are referencing it, I love that. So if that's a reason that people hate it, I totally understand that. But I very much disagree.
I could not relate to Jamie at all, but I didn't like hate her. I didn't love her. She was kind of like an annoying little sister that like I loved and I want to see her happy, but like, can you move away from me, please? You know what's funny is that like there was a couple references that didn't make any sense to me. So like there was one part I remember when she was like, we all looked up, like we heard the opening lines to Mr. Brightside. It's like, why would that make you look up? Like, what?
Fair. It wasn't just about movies. Like this book pitched itself as like a rom-com slasher. It's like that's what she's obsessed with. But then she was also referencing music a lot. So if you're not a Taylor Swift fan or whatever else, you might have missed a lot of things.
I was surprised how much I didn't mind the references though, because I heard going in that there were going to be a bunch, and I thought that would bug me, but I actually didn't mind it. And I thought they'd all go over my head because I haven't watched many slasher movies, but she explained them all, which was kind of annoying. But you know,
For me, like I also don't watch slasher films, so I like needed the explanations to be like, I don't really understand, like, oh, machete, okay, I don't know. But I thought it was really fun. I really liked Jamie. Maybe it's like the younger sister bond of like relating to her, but I just thought she was so fun. I think like her relationship with Lori really added to liking her also because I really liked their dynamic a lot.
Yeah, I feel like in a lot of maybe this isn't true, but in a lot of slashers, it's just like you're following one girl and she's kind of on her own. Like there's a friend group, but there's not like one person she's completely tied to the entire time. And this one, the fact that we had Lori like almost the entire book felt really interesting and an interesting dynamic. I think, do I relate to Jamie? I mean, I would never go to a speed dating event. You couldn't pay me to go to a speed dating event. I cannot imagine putting myself in that scenario to begin with. Secondly, like, I'm not a paranoid person. Like, I'm not a scared, anxious person, but the idea of her going into this room and not immediately like locking in where the exits are, crazy. Like, I feel like when I enter a space, like I immediately know where the bathroom is. I know where the exit is. Like, I'm looking around. I'm aware of my surroundings, and that's not something that she had going for her.
Especially as someone who's so into slasher films, like, girl, no,
think about how you're gonna get out.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, I guess like I love slashers and rom-coms, so that's the way I related to her most. Like, I didn't miss a single reference. I don't think I got them all. I loved seeing every single name she referenced, and I was thinking about every single name and who the horror film that person is from. Like, I was writing them all down. I think there was only probably 2 that I didn't get the reference for, if there was one.
They probably all went over my head.
I guess like talking about slashers and rom-coms though, because that is her number one passion. That's what she's writing about. That's what she's thinking about all the time. I would love to know if everybody here has a favorite slasher and a favorite rom-com, what those would be.
I mean, my favorite slasher was easy because it's Scream. I love Scream. It's so great.
Same.
But favorite rom-com was trickier because I have such a long list. But I feel like the top of my list would be like The Proposal, or like She's the Man, or even like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, which is like, inspired by this, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I have so many faves.
I don't even know how many slashers I've ever seen, but is Ready or Not a slasher technically?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
I love that one, but I feel like I didn't care too much about the slashing. I like the weird family demon stuff.
Real.
And then sorry, it's still me. Favorite rom-com. I don't even know if this is a rom-com. Sorry, guys. But last week I saw He's Just Not That Into You. It's like one of my favorite comfort movies.
Yeah.
It's like some people have a happy ending, some people don't, but I love that book. Also, I painted my nails purple because of that. So
I don't have a slasher film because I don't watch them. But I think, which is interesting because I don't really like horror films because of like the paranormal stuff, but I like true crime stuff. So I'm like, oh, I could maybe get into like a real killer thing. So I'll take recommendations. But I was also going to say She's the Man.
Yeah, so
I really
good.
like the older, that. Yeah, I love that one.
So good.
I think I didn't write mine down. I don't think. A Scream is like the obvious one. Everyone's saying Scream.
Crazy Stupid Love. Oh, that's
Crazy Stupid Love is my favorite rom-com.
So
I
good.
think is my favorite rom-com. If you guys haven't seen that and you haven't been spoiled for like the reveal that kind of happens in that movie, please go watch it because it's so much fun. It's more than just a romance. Like, there's so many moving pieces, and it's genuinely one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. I would also say About Time. I don't know if that's a rom-com. It's kind of funny. That's one of my favorite movies just in general. And then, Jeepers Creepers is one of my favorite slashers because that is one of the only movies in my entire life that has ever actually scared me. I would say that one. Most people are saying When Harry Met Sally, and I've actually never seen that.
Oh, it's so good.
There's a new book about it. The adaptation, B.K. Borson. I think it's a When Harry Met Sally
retelling.
Yeah. It was like the sequel to First Time Caller. Yes.
I think so.
I've apparently read a couple books inspired by When Harry Met Sally, but I've never actually seen it. Sorry. Okay. Oh, speaking of those, though, every single chapter started with a quote from a movie, and it took like the romantic words like love and kiss and whatever, and replaced it with kill and blood and stuff. And I wanted to know if you guys, first of all, like, did you care about those? Because some people, I feel like, and me myself included, sometimes I skip things like that, like chapter intros. Did you like those, and which one was your favorite?
It like took me a while to notice them, to be honest. And then once I noticed when I was like a third of the way through the book, I was like, does that say Brokeback Mountain? And I started from the beginning and like read all of them again. And I was like laughing my ass off. And I was like, how did I not notice these? But I think my favorite was Brokeback Mountain because like I love Brokeback Mountain, one of my favorite movies of all time. And when it's like, I wish I knew how to slit you, I was dead. It's so funny. I love that detail. It was so cute.
I thought I would get annoyed at that, and then it was kind of fun. So I was pleasantly surprised. My favorite one is probably I'm also just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him not to murder her. Just because, like, I hear that quote so often, so I did giggle at that.
I liked the ones where I thought that they worked. Like some of them I would write little comments being like, oh, that works. And I was like, I don't get it. Like sometimes like, oh, like I would want to murder you again and again. And I was like, how does that work? Like, I don't know. But mine's from chapter 3. This is the type of girl he wants to murder. This is what I need to become to be slaughtered.
Oh, yeah.
Not legally blonde.
That was funny.
That's so funny. I wrote 4 down and you guys took 3 of the 4. So that's so real. Like I completely agree, Noah. There are ones that didn't really make sense and they felt a little more like shoehorned in, especially when you have 30, 40 chapters of this book. They're a little bit silly sometimes, but the only other one I wrote down is from The Holiday. It's the very first one, because I also love The Holiday. I suppose I think about murder more than anyone really should. I'm constantly amazed by its sheer power to alter and define our lives. Real.
That's very true. Very true.
The Brokeback Mountain one was my favorite though. So it was just so short and concise, and I was like, yeah.
I could hear it in the voice too.
Okay, we talked about Jamie. What about side characters? Who were you intrigued by? Who did you think was interesting? Gabby likes to ask this question in her live shows sometimes about like if you could get another perspective in the book, who would you have wanted? So like who were you intrigued by the most in here? And also who did you hate?
I mean, Lori was a really great side character. I loved her best friend, and I think she was really great. But also, like, I was such a Wes girl in this book. Oh my god, I was like, dude, I was loving the romance between them. Even from the very first time they met, when he was kind of weird with her, I was like, no, like, there's something here. So I was loving Wes. Anytime he was on the page, I was happy, kicking my feet. So cute. Loved it. And I don't know if there was any characters that I really hated necessarily. Like, I didn't feel too passionately about the ones that I didn't like, I guess. But yeah.
I really liked Lori as well. Everyone else kind of just painted into the background, I feel like. But I hated what they did with Billy. Like, I thought it was going to be a twist, and she was actually just like kind of a grumpy girl, but she was going to, I don't know, be a girl's girl in the end or something like that. But then it was just like, no, she's actually just a bitch. Oh, and I feel bad for Campbell. Like, he just seemed like nervous, and everyone's like, well, he's probably some sketchy dude, and then he's just like dead.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Yeah, I also liked Lori. I liked Jennifer's arc. Like, I feel like, she was that scared girl, and then she was standing up for the girls. Otherwise, like, I would say Curtis, but he like died right away. Great. So then, and then Stu, I guess, but he was also like really just afraid. So I don't know how much like I can fault him for that, because this is such high stakes situation that you really don't know how you would react, especially when you truly feel like you don't have any allies. But Billy, like from the beginning, not a girl's girl, then no, I feel like she was always going to end up that way. Yeah.
I wrote down at the beginning, Billy better not be the killer, because that's too easy. Yeah. But there had to be 2, right? Like you can't only just have one killer with all the things that were going on in that place. I think I really liked Wes. I know, like, if the people who really didn't like the book for it being the romantic element, that it's probably because they didn't like Wes. And I get it, but I had such a good time. I was just down right away because I was like, I have to pick a guy, and there's 2 guys who are up for an option for her, and one of them's going to be the killer, or one of them's going to die. So like, I needed to pick one right off the bat, and it wasn't John for me. So I was fully on board with Wes. And then there was a moment where he like protected her. Oh my God. I was like swooning in the slasher. I loved it.
Yeah, unexpected.
I don't know if I liked, like, I just liked the names. Like, honestly, the naming conventions were something I was really focused on. I don't think a lot of the characters got a lot of their personality explored. They were all just kind of ridiculous and served a purpose, but Yeah. I liked that the fact that we had a Jamie and we had a Lee and we had a Curtis, because then we got a Jamie Lee Curtis nod.
Oh, that one over.
That was my favorite. We got a Drew because I think it's a Drew Barrymore. We got a Shelley, probably for Shelley Duvall.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh,
From The
The
Shining.
Shining.
Yeah.
Oh, R.I.P.
And then of course we got a Michael and a Jason, like the
Who's
iconic
Wes?
series. Wes Craven,
Who's that?
Yeah, Scream
Oh.
director.
iconic Scream horror director.
Oh,
Okay.
Sorry.
I didn't
Sorry,
realize
sorry.
everybody's names
And then,
were connected.
and then also John Carpenter, who's another horror director.
Halloween director.
Okay.
So then when Wes's name at the end was Wes Carpenter, it was like two horror directors in one.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
And then of course her last name was Prescott for Sydney Prescott from Scream.
Yeah.
I need like a Gilmore Girls coded book, and then I
Right?
catch every reference.
I started writing them all down just in case anyone was like, who is this? Who is this? And I could be like, this is the person.
Oh,
So cool.
I have my little thesaurus. Yeah, if I could have another perspective, I don't often like a serial killer perspective in a book, but maybe I would have liked hearing from John, or just hearing from, oh my God, what they call him, Heart Eyes.
Yeah, I didn't
it-
like that name. I thought the other names were better.
I like
Yeah.
the mask. I was thinking of like Chuck Tingle or something. Or wait, no. What's the guy who wears the mask? Is that?
Yeah,
Chuck
yeah.
Okay.
His ski mask for sure. I think maybe I would have liked some chapters like just alluding to being from the perspective of the killer. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. I think, did the book meet your expectations is the question I want to ask, because I truly don't think that there are many books like this out there that blend the slasher and the romance. I think I have so many horror romance books that I could think of, but they're all monster romance or they're all paranormal romance. This is realistic fiction. Like this is a real life scenario. And I don't think books like this exist very much. And so I wanted to know, for what I'm assuming is a lot of your guys' first time with this type of book, did it meet your expectations, and was it what you hoped as far as the genre blend?
I mean, for me, it definitely did. And I've been saying like all year, like I need more horror and romance books, but ones that feel like this, you know, where it's like, it is like high stakes horror, but like the romance is actually good. Like I really liked the romance in this, which was like a huge thing. But like, yeah, I think it did meet my expectations. I had so much fun with it.
I am both a horror and romance girly, and I like it when it mixes together. I don't think I've read it like this, where there's like a happily ever after. Like May Fly, that shit is good. But this one, I ended up liking the romance more than I thought, but the start of it pissed me the F off. And I was like, I love romance in anything, and I sometimes make romance plots when there's none. And I was like,
That's real.
can you guys shut up and like get to business and find a door? Like I was getting so annoyed. But I think it's pretty cool that it got better and better for me as the story goes on. Because usually when I'm frustrated, it's just like I want to throw the thing. But then I started like, it's kind of like when like your brother or something's in the room and he's like making fun of you for watching TV, and then you can see his eyes like looking over and like watching with you. That was me reading this book.
I liked it. Like I didn't think it was too scary. I thought it was really funny, and just like overall, like it really enjoyed reading what I have. It was just like really entertaining. And I agree with the romance. I don't know, like at the beginning, because I assumed that one of the killer was at the event. So anytime she liked a guy, I was like, nah, he's sus, like maybe not this guy. But yeah, Wes won me over in the end. Yeah.
I think for myself, yeah, I liked the blend. Like I guess I answered it already. I haven't really read anything truly like this where it is an equal amount of thrills and scares, but there is a romance, and it's not a dark romance between them, and it doesn't end badly, and everyone's just kind of happy in the end. And that's not always what I want, but when I go into it knowing that's the intent of it, is a slasher and a romance together. And therefore, like, I'm sorry, the sex scene really did it for me.
Same.
And
Yeah.
Really? Okay, good.
That's when I was like, wait a minute, I kind of like this.
I think that was one of the biggest issues that I saw people on Fable really having to navigate. They were like, I don't like this is even in here, and I don't like that they're distracted by their horniness, and there's a killer after them. How are you distracted? But that's what slashers are. Slashers have, that is exactly what they are, and it fits that convention. And I think that like I said, this doesn't exist very much in traditional publishing. And so there's obviously so much room in the future to subvert the tropes. But the fact that this fell into that thriller trope was something I absolutely needed. I needed that sex scene, and it was perfect. And I loved every second of it. And it was perfect for the book, and it was perfect for me. So anybody who didn't like that scene, I think you're wrong. And I say with my full chest. Favorite scene. That's mine. Who else?
I'm so glad you asked. I'm so glad you asked because my favorite scene is kind of related to Wes and that whole moment. But when he said to her, oh my God, I was kicking my feet. When he said to her, like, you're his type, but the thing is, you're my type. I was done for. That was my favorite.
Yeah, my favorite was the sex scene, for sure.
Oh.
It turned the whole thing around. I was like, okay, wait. Just because I've read so many not totally romance books where they try to do it, and it's like, this feels not right. And this felt right.
Yeah. Not me like blanking on everything because now everyone's talking about the sex scene. I don't know, like any moment when she's like checking out Wes and she's like, oh my God, let me just look down his shirt a little bit. Like these cute little quips of like, you can feel there's so much tension just between the two of them, but everyone else is there. I really loved those.
See, I hated those parts. But I was like, can you all stop? Like either do it or get over it. Like
skip the slow burn and get right to it.
Oh yeah, I also really like the scene where they actually like found the big heart and they saw.
Oh God!
Things.
Yeah,
also, when we saw Heart Eyes for the first for the first time, like there was so much anticipation about what they looked like. I just liked getting that moment. And it happened early enough in the book. Like it wasn't, every slasher does things differently. Like some books, you don't know who the killer is or what the killer looks like. And it's just this looming threat for 2 hours. And I think it was good. I think it was like a third of the way in that we got that description. And then it was running from this Heart Eyes. And I thought that was really well organized.
I remember there was like one scene where I don't know if anyone realized who it was, but someone said it might have been Billy. Someone just like passed. I thought that was so funny.
Hiding behind the bar.
That was scary.
I like the scene where she was like convincing her friend Lori to like go through the air vent when she was like trying to get her out of there.
Yeah.
I thought
She's like, you're so little and skinny. You can
Bye.
Stuffing Lori
Stuffing
into
her.
I also like the opening scene, or not the opening scene, but like when the killings first started happening and like the whole room was red already. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, in the audiobook, I did listen to part of it and there was like knife slashing sounds and it was really fun.
It was a really good audiobook.
See, I didn't think about this, but this could be a whole series technically. Cause like even in like the most ridiculous thriller movies, slashers, it's like, it doesn't matter what happened in the first one. Like the exact same thing could happen to the exact same character, even though you think everyone's dead 10 years later.
I don't know that I'd read it, but
I don't know if I'd read it either, actually, but I like the idea that it could be a thing. Any least favorite scenes? Did I write one down?
I don't think I have any like least favorite scenes that come to mind, but I will say that I did feel the length of the book more. Like after around 200 pages, it started to feel a little bit long for me, but I couldn't think of any scenes in particular that I'd be like, oh, I'd remove that. But it started to feel a little bit long for me in that last third, I think.
Well, I think on page 1 they show the list of rules, and I wish I knew that going in, because one of my biggest pet peeves is a list in a book. And I was like, oh fuck. And they mentioned it all the time. So anytime they mention the list, I hated. But I also hated, there was a big chunk like in the mid beginning where they were in hallways and they just were being so loud. And talking for like 10 years. It's like, go do something or hide or like shut up. Like, what do you
I think I'm more on Gabby's side too. Like there are little parts where characters were being annoying, but that's just like the character being themselves. So I wouldn't say I had a least favorite scene either.
Yeah, anything that I didn't like about the book, I can explain away, right? Like, I think it makes sense for the genre that it's trying to be and the way that it's replicating a slasher. I didn't like when she left Wes behind. I was so pissed off when she thought he was the killer. And I think that's unfair, but like if I was a person, and I don't care if we fell in love in the last 2 hours, like if you leave me, I'm never talking to you again. I don't care if it's reasonable that you think I'm the killer. You left me for the killer to kill. Like you can't just run away. Like I was so offended on his behalf.
Also, she already knows he's like a good lover. Might as well just stick with him.
Even if he's a killer, maybe he's a murderer, but
all the time, ladies.
Right? He knew what he was doing. I also I kind of didn't like when Lori and Jamie split up because I liked that it was the two of them against a lot of stuff. But if I think about how the book ended, like I think I just we were missing Lori for a third of the book, and I think it made for a better ending because then at the end she wasn't walking out with like her lover and her best friend and they all just survived. It was like they had a reunion at the end, and that was good. And I guess it's Lori who like got the cops there to begin with, so there was a reason she needed to do that. But yeah, I feel like there was one other thing. Jamie just not considering that there were two killers. Like there was a moment at the beginning where she was like, somebody clearly killed somebody on the upper floor, so it's not someone in this room. So I don't have to worry about anyone in this room. And I was like,
especially because
you say you watch slashers
movies.
Like you're the Scream aficionado. How have you not considered this?
Very true.
That was weird.
Yeah.
But I can explain that away because even in a slasher, even the person, if we think about, Scream, the person who knows everything about serial killers, who educates everyone on serial killers, he still gets killed by a serial killer. So everyone's going to make a stupid decision. You can't be the perfect final girl. You still have to make your errors. So it was fair.
Right.
Okay, let's talk about the reveals. And could you see them coming? And that's why this book is not a 5-star for me. I wanted a reveal that I couldn't see coming. But when you give us two love interests at the very beginning, we have Wes and John. One of them's going to be the lover and one of them's going to be the killer. Like that's just how it works. So as soon as I was pretty locked in with Wes, because I also predicted he was a cop really early on.
Same.
And I was annoyed by myself with that I saw it coming. I was pretty sure it was John, and there was no way to get me around it being John. And then when she said, John sacrificed himself and his blood looked like corn syrup, I was like, why'd you say that? Like, why did you even give us the idea that his death was fake? Like, I think I wanted it to be a little more surprising. Like, I really needed that.
Yeah, I fully agree. Like that was the only reason why I didn't want to give it 5 stars, because I thought it was really predictable, and I was the same way. Like I was so immediately invested in Wes as a character that I was like, well, then it has to be John. So and then even with like the two killers thing, I was like, okay, well, it's probably more than just John. So then I was kind of suspicious of Billy too, just because of the way she was. So like I just kind of felt it was obvious. Like I was kind of waiting for something more at the end to be, like the big reveal, but then it never happened. So
yeah, for me, I feel like I suspected them pretty early. I think, what did John say? See, I haven't seen Scream, but I know at the beginning it's like, do you like scary movies, right? And then he said that, and I was like, oh, it's him. But then I was thinking that we were going in a different direction. I was like, no way the author's going to do that. So then by the time it actually happened, I was kind of surprised that it was the most basic option. So it's kind of fun for me in that way, because I was totally leaning in the opposite direction.
Okay. I typically, when I read like mysteries, I will guess the first reveal, but then I'm like, I better be surprised by the other ones. But shockingly, like I pretty much guessed it all, and I didn't hate that, which is why I'm like am rating it kind of high, because my first, like I dog-eared all of the parts where I had theories. And my first one literally is, imagine it's John. I think it's after that.
No way.
And then literally my second theory, I go team. And then when they revealed that it was Billy, I literally had a couple pages before been like, imagine it's a woman, haha. And then
I said that early too, because I was like, everyone's talking about it as if it's a man, and we know for sure it's a man. Only a man could do this. And I was like, it's definitely a woman. I wrote that in my early notes too.
Yeah.
I think also like Billy gave her like the up and down, and it felt like she was fishing for like someone else. You know what I mean? Like she was trying to would be a good candidate for My master. I don't know.
And somebody in the comments said, "What if it was Lori?" That would have had me tripping if Lori was involved.
I
I
mean,
saw
that was
someone
like,
put that in a theory on Fable, and
Yeah.
I could not stop thinking about that ever since. I was like, "Oh,
That
you're
would've
fun. I like
shocked
you."
me.
same.
Yeah.
I don't think I thought that
Mhm.
myself. And then I saw somebody say, well, it's probably Lori. And I was like, oh my God, it's probably Lori. So then the rest of the book, I was like, oh, Lori went out the air vent.
No.
Oh, Lori went around the corner. Look
Yeah, I
out for
thought-
Lori.
I thought
my
Billy was
God.
in love with Lori or something like that. I thought she was going to be the main one.
Dude, that could have been crazy.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, if it was Lori and it was like,
Mm.
I don't know, again, like I'm just thinking about the fact that this is, I really keep harping on the fact that this is like such a, it's the beginning of this genre to me. Like I'm sure this exists, but the fact that it's just realistic fiction, it doesn't go like into a crazy horror direction. Like I think that we can definitely do things in the future with this genre that are subverting things and are going crazy. But I really do think that just being like your average white guy serial killer is the right way for this book to go. And
Yeah.
for it to have been Lori, and because there were so many
That would have
like,
been so sad.
and also like not just because they're friends, but also like Lori, they were so obsessed with each other that I think what people were expecting is if it was Lori, it was because she was in love with Jamie. And I just don't think give us like a lesbian serial killer right now. Like,
I'll
let's
take it.
not do that right now.
I see. Yeah, I can see that.
I don't want the queer person, the one queer person in the story to be the
Oh,
murderer.
me
Mm.
too. I didn't
Like,
even think about
yeah.
that.
At this point in the genre. Like let's
And for
just
her to kill her because
too
she's in love with her,
soon.
that would be bad. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I feel the 4. I successfully talked myself into the 4. Okay, changes you would make. I feel like we covered things we didn't like. I think this should have just leaned a little more wackadoodle. Like I think it should have gone a little crazier, and I think there should have been something different than them just wandering around for 200 pages and being like, "Where's the exit?"
Yeah.
Like there needed to be a little bit more, like maybe they got locked in a room at one point. Maybe they went like, it was just, where's the exit for so
Yeah.
long. And they were like,
Yeah.
let's draw a detailed map of this place. I was like,
What place actually looks like that?
right? Like
Yeah.
how
I
does
was
this
having a
building
picture of it.
exist?
Mhm.
Yeah, a little shorter, a little punchier, maybe a little crazier.
Hmm.
Yeah. Mhm.
Everyone just agrees.
Yeah.
Did
I
say
think this is
any?
the only one I didn't like. I wrote out little answers to your questions, and I didn't even answer this one. 'Cause what do I know? I don't know. Nothing.
I don't know if I think there were too many characters. I think it's just like there were so many characters, and for it to not be, there wasn't enough people like that I thought it could be is the problem. Like with that many characters, you need to give me reasons and red herrings. Because it was like even with 20 different people, I still knew it was drawn from so early.
I was gonna be so pissed if it was some rando that we had never
Yeah.
met before.
Oh my god,
like,
yeah.
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 I guess one thing I didn't see coming is Wes being taken off the case. It's like he was a cop, but he's actually not currently a cop because he got in trouble. He got in trouble with the case. He was like too close to it.
I didn't understand why
thought that
everyone was mad at him. Like when he
Oh.
revealed he was a cop, like, okay. Like that's
'Cause, like,
sketchy as to be
He
a
didn't
cop,
have
but, like,
any like backup. I thought it made sense that like he went rogue cop because they were like, oh shit, no, actually there's no help coming. Nobody knows that you're here. And you
Yeah.
actually just could have saved us all by doing that.
Mhm.
I guess
that
they
would have
weren't
ruined
mad.
the book.
Yeah, I guess they weren't mad he was a cop. I think they were mad that he like was a cop and he wasn't there to be a useful cop.
Mhm.
So it didn't
Is
actually
there?
benefit
No, just
them.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This book convinced us that a cop is a good love interest. Help.
That was a shocking
Yeah.
reveal for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Will you read more from this author? I would.
I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a debut, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty good debut.
Yeah.
And I know she can do some smut, so
Yeah. Hope there's
Just
romance in the
lean
next
into
one.
that next time. Okay,
Yeah.
my last question before we leave is any book or movie recommendations. Whether you liked this or not, or whether the person looking for recommendations liked it or not, what would you compare to this?
I had a few that I thought of. One was there's a horror movie called Hard Eyes that's like a slasher rom-com type of movie. So that was one that kind of came to mind immediately. But this one also reminded me kind of a little bit of like Finlay Donovan is Killing It. Like it had a similar kind of style to it. And then it also reminded me of this book called Love Letters to a Serial Killer by Tasha Coriel that I really loved. It had a similar voice in it that I really liked. And yeah, those were the ones that came to mind.
That's so funny that you said that because I could not even finish Finlay Donovan.
Well, yeah, checks out.
But I am so bad at this. I don't have any books. The only thing I kept thinking while I was reading this was like the Pretty Little Liars reboot. Because there's one, it was more slashery than like the original Pretty Little Liars. And then there was one character that was always like quoting, I think, literature, or movies. I think it was movies. So it was reminding me of that, which I wouldn't recommend it, but it reminded me of it.
Just to go off like Gabby saying that it was similar to Hard Eyes. That's why I didn't like the name, because I was like, oh, a little bit more originality.
Yeah, it was very similar. Yeah.
I'm assuming this was written before that came out, right? Like, because she makes a serial killer who already exists. Like, I can't imagine she would do that on purpose.
I know. I don't know. I don't know what Hard Eyes
was name.
Was it like very similar? Like
I've never seen it.
It was like, I mean, it has like the hard eyes, like the way she described it was pretty similar. Yeah. I didn't love the movie Hard Eyes, but it was similar to that. Yeah.
Ooh, it's like fleshy.
I've never heard of Drop. I want to know what this is.
Oh,
Gavin agrees with me.
I guess it's me. Okay. Recommendations. Okay, there is this one movie. To be fair, I watched it when I was like 11. It came out when I was like 11, so it probably doesn't hold up, but it's called Valentine. And it's this guy with like a Cupid mask who, I think it's starring Denise Richards and like, I want to say Katherine Heigl. And it's this guy in high school who like invited or asked like 4 different girls to prom, and they all said no. And so now 10 years later, he's like stalking them and getting his revenge.
I don't feel bad for him anymore.
No.
I think I loved it, but also I wouldn't want to spoil it for anybody, but I think maybe he's not actually the killer in the end. Maybe like there's someone else, like there's a swap or something that happens. Book wise, definitely My Heart is a Chainsaw. It's very different because the internal monologue of our main character is just in her head. She's not necessarily surviving the entire time, and it is supernatural with the horrors. And it also is it's really heavy, and it deals with a lot of really intense topics like abuse. And so it's very different, but I think if you loved like the references and the obsession with slashers, like Jade is your girl, and you would absolutely love that. The other ones, like the only books that I could think of that were a blend of these two genres, or no, these aren't a blend of the genres. They're just like, they're romance that exist in horror. Like they're not fun in the same way, but like I love Feast While You Can. This is a possession story, a queer sapphic possession story. The Haunting of Belkwood is a sapphic time loop, stuck in time kind of story. And then The Possession of Alba Diaz is a fantastic historical romance thing. And then like Ali mentioned earlier, I think it was Ali, Mayfly is such a good time. It's a hockey romance, but it is, our main character is the killer, so it's not the same in that way. Like I've never read anything quite like this, and this is what I've wanted from so many mystery and thriller books. Like when I see a connection between two characters, and like I really want it to go there, and it doesn't, and so this did. So I'm very, very pleased that I read this at all, that I got to discuss it, and then hopefully we can get more books like this, because I had a really good time with it. I think that's it. Hallelujah. Thank you, everybody, for coming and chatting. I think I reminded some people the Valentine existed. I'm sorry, because I think it's actually a really bad movie. I think it might be really bad. Like it's from 1999, I feel. And it's probably really problematic, but now I kind of want to rewatch it. So join my channel membership, and maybe we'll do a watch party. Okay, Thank you, everybody, for being here and making the time for me today. Again, these are our next 2 picks. So if you want to get them from your library, you have plenty of time to prepare for these discussions. And I will see you next time. Bye.